Now, ladies and gentlemen, as most of you know, and for those who don't, CS2 is officially and fully released as of yesterday afternoon. CSGO is gone and Counter-Strike 2 is here to stay. That being said, after millions have gotten access, the player base has spoken, alongside giving their reaction, and well, it seems kind of mixed. The community somewhat seems divided as of right now, but that's just what social media seems to say rather than actual in-game players. Today's video, we have much to discuss. CS2's release, 2 new blog posts, community feedback, alongside a Q&A with very important questions that I know most of us probably have, such as connection problems, missing features, what's to come, and a bunch more. Now today's video sponsor is SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a buying and trading marketplace for your CS items. It makes a safe and easy way to trade out your inventory for something new. By using my code MANDO, you can get a deposit bonus of 35% alongside a free $5 in your first trade, with a max bonus if you spend $100 or more. With a large variety of skins, deposit options, alongside daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways, they're doing a great job rivaling other competition. If interested, it'll be at the top of the link in the description below. Very quickly, I just want to mention that today's video is based off the past 2 recent updates and its full release. Tomorrow's video is something you're not going to want to miss. It's pretty much the state of CS2. The community right now seems divided more than ever, at least in recent years, but there's one side that loves the game with thinking and knowing it was also time for release, meaning they couldn't really wait around any longer for some sort of limited test or beta. And the other half wants nothing to do with this game. Content's missing from Counter-Strike Global Offensive that was somewhat promised in CS2, and there's also no new features. Hopping on over to Counter-Strike 2's Twitter, they updated the banner just to Counter-Strike 2, nothing more, nothing less. They released a brand new video that was pretty nostalgic and also making way for the future, pretty much saying goodbye to CSGO. Now quickly after its release, they had the very first blog post called Welcome Home. These blog posts, I gotta say, are a lot more detailed and I feel like they have a lot more care in them than they used to, at least in Go. Every time they release an update now, it feels like it actually has meaning, mainly because we probably need it. It says, welcome home. Counter-Strike 2 is here. Come take a look around. Counter-Strike 2 is the largest technical leap forward in the Counter-Strike history, supporting new features today and updates for years to come. If you're a returning player, you'll find that your favorite match and matchmaking modes were right where you left them, alongside a revamped Premier mode where you can establish your all-new CS rating. Rise through the ranks and see where you stand on the global and regional leaderboards. For new players, learn the basics with some offline training and jump into casual and deathmatch to hone your skills. Once you've unlocked competitive matchmaking, you'll be off to the races. Grab your friends, come join millions of players around the world. Welcome to Counter-Strike 2. That was a pretty cool introduction. That's also something they said in all the trailers. So I am counting this as somewhat of an official blog post, so there are 2 officially out. But following this, just a couple hours later, there was the first official blog post for CS2, doing performance upgrades, fixing a lot of lag, some skins, and some map problems that we had here and there. Release notes for 9/27/2023 night. I don't believe they've added the night part before, which is pretty cool. Now for the sound category, weapon sounds are no longer like they've come from a certain spot you've zoomed into. For the water category, updated water and nuke to fix an issue with the smoke, reduced the maximum amount of water refraction since it looked too noisy and distracting. And for miscellaneous, they fixed a case where a death panel wouldn't show, fixed a case where a preview crosshair wouldn't show in game settings, fixed a case where the debug text wouldn't appear in the crosshair. And while that was just what was shown, there was a lot more, at least that was going on behind the scenes, mainly to do with lag, connection to the servers, and networking and bandwidth stuff. So if you played Counter-Strike 2 the first couple hours it was out, performance was pretty good. It was a big step up from the limited test. They fixed a lot of known things and bugs people suggested they fix pretty soon, which is always good to see. But lag to the server. My game felt really jittery and there was a whole lot of stutters. For an example, if I would press W to walk forward, having a normal ping that I do, 30 to 50, which is not too high, it felt pretty good in CSGO. When you click that button, a couple seconds later, you would move automatically by accident. And it wasn't because I pressed the key, it's just because the connection and traffic to the servers, I believe might have been too high and just wasn't optimized for all these players. And well, Valve fixed exactly that. And that was one of the biggest issues most people had. The game feels almost identical now to CSGO, at least for me, coming right off of Global Offensive just a few hours before to now this, it sounds and looks pretty good. Now the reaction to both of these tweets were somewhat mixed as well. People have various opinions. Like we discussed at the beginning of the video, it seems to be the community is divided on 2 different sides. Tomorrow's video, I'll discuss what side I'm on, but at the end of the day, it's not really about me. It's about the community and us here and how to make this game better going forward with what we have. I feel like today is just somewhat of a teaser and reveal for tomorrow's video, but ultimately I feel like Counter-Strike 2 was possibly revealed too early, which is why I think we got a 6-month limited test. But also if you look from Valve's perspective, the amount of play testers we had during this limited test is something simply money can't buy. The amount of passion, time, and energy players have put into Counter-Strike 2 before its release is something companies will pay millions for just in the matter of a couple of weeks to playtest a game before it goes live. They got that for free essentially, which is great and definitely fixed things that Valve wouldn't have caught that we'd have to just pretty much have that entire cycle go through over the next 6 months. We can't really dwell too much in the past and why it released in the state that it is, why it's missing content. We just have to move forward and make this the best game possible. Now let's hop into the Q&A. Now the first big question up here is why are there so many missing features from CSGO? Community servers, danger zone, and specific maps like train Train and Cache, and possibly some Wingman maps. So most of you know this game is being ported over from Source 1 to Source 2 for Counter-Strike 2. They have to rework a lot of the things that were in CSGO for CS2 to make it work, but really there's no excuse for any of this. It's somewhat false advertising if you want to really get down and deep here. For community servers, not all the tools for the workshop have been ported over properly yet, and they also haven't been fully live. So when you go to search for a community server, like some of the skin servers you inspect them on, surfing, those will be added with some time. Now when Valve does so, I'm sure there'll be a big update towards it, so stay tuned for that on my social media, and also follow Valve. As it goes for Danger Zone, I don't think Valve saw it as a priority. Yes, people play it, but it's not really the main core of the game. You could also think that they're making something new for Danger Zone, making something a little more innovative and captivated for people to play. Make it have meaning anyway. Maybe there's different rewards you can get in Danger Zone that are probably worth more, but you have to play Danger Zone. That's the catch, and that's the problem with it. And as it goes for maps, like Train, Cache, Short Dust, Shoots, you guys get it. Simply, they were just crunched for time. And what I see them doing with these maps in the future is something like Train and Cache. I believe we're going to have something similar to the limited test, where over the next 6 months, or possibly 3 months, they'll release a new map every 2 to 3 weeks. They'll make something fresh, interesting, and make people want to play it. Bring people back, and like we discussed earlier, we're the best playtesters possible and worth millions of dollars. All of us combined anyway. So Valve will be able to get them fixed. We'll get new content. New is a weird term there, I guess. But let me know what you guys think down below. Now our next question up here is very common and also very quick to fix. Why does my game feel off? Well, it could be a number of things. Could be your drivers. Could be some of your game settings, which I'm mainly getting at here. This goes for performance, but also making the game look better. People have complained the game looks too blurry. And well, this comes down to the fidelity setting at the very bottom on video settings. Late last night, this had something to do with it being fixed. Performance absolutely sucks with it on Ultra, but if you play on lower performance mode, it literally looks like you can't see anything 2 feet in front of you. So play at a higher setting, the highest one you can possible, with the limited to no performance loss. This helps the game look better and feel somewhat smoother. And it's a setting, in my opinion, a lot of pros are probably gonna have to play with on because you can see so much better. Now our third and final question for today's video is, why is Paris still here after hours thinking it was gone? It was removed in Counter-Strike Global Offensive for a few hours, but it was still able to be bought through the Steam store. This caused panic because many people didn't do their own research, and the answer to this is, well, we don't know, but I have some opinions. Number one, if you've bought them within the past 24 hours, you can get a refund from Valve if their capsules bought on the store. And this is something I'll also touch on, one in its own commentary, but I'll briefly touch on it tomorrow as well. Valve knows about investors, yes. Do they care? Not really. They care about that cash. And right now, Valve has no real big money maker on the shop. There's no new case, which we could get very soon. In operation, I don't think it's likely. But if you look back at something like RMR and even Rio 2022, at the time, these were the 2 longest sales we had to date. CSGO/CS2 is not really meant for investing, especially in an unregulated market that it is. At any point, anything can happen, like CSGO being deleted like it did last night, or a global trade ban or trade lock. The meaning behind the word investing in a Counter-Strike, at least in recent years, in my opinion, has changed. This past year and a half, especially with these new recent majors, all these people popping out of nowhere making videos, pump and dumping the market, mainly for Counter-Strike 2 just to get a quick buck, the term investing now feels like more of a manufactured word. That pretty much wraps up today's video. Let me know what you guys think down below. It's good to see that Valve is at least caring and knowing they have to work on CS2 by releasing 1 to 2 updates a night and releasing things that aren't even included in the blog post. In my opinion, it goes a long way, and if we keep up this pace, we'll have the game fixed in a matter of just a couple months. Let me know what you guys think down below. Remember that the state CS2 is in, alongside the community, you have to stay positive and look hopeful for the future. Yes, Valve makes Counter-Strike games. They're the people in charge with the banhammer. But we, the people, are the ones who pretty much made this game possible, made this game to even exist. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.